Cancer is the most feared diagnosis. Once you get that, you feel like you have a death sentence. And not only that, you're told what to do yesterday. You're rushed into making decisions for yourself that you may, with time, if you had time to think about it, may choose other options. If this sounds like to you, are you curious that there may be a different way to heal? What if there was a way to treat cancer more gently and holistically? Well, today in the classroom, we are very, very blessed to have Sylvie Beljanski, and I will show you her book and her story. If you don't know her story, Sylvie was in the classroom back in April 2025, sharing her story, sharing about her products. But we're going to go over a little bit of that today, as well as some of the products. And I've got some great news. For those of you who are attending the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit for Cancer and Autoimmune Dys-Ease, Sylvie Beljanski will be one of a key speakers or selected speaker, hand-selected speakers to not only share her story, but she's also going to be sharing her products at the event. And let me tell you, I love her products. And right now I was telling her that I bought this one for my husband, and I also use Pal VA, or we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. She has some of the products, but please know that today we're going to learn and grow with Sylvie Beljanski. So get your paper, get your pens, paper and pencils, whatever it is that you want to write with, because we're going to learn and grow together. And when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here waiting for you. Hi, my name is Lillian McDermott, and I am a certified life coach, a certified holistic cancer coach, and the host of the Lillian McDermott radio show Classroom. If this is your first time in the classroom, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide natural ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friend, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Well, as I mentioned, I love Sylvie Beljanski. Not only did I meet her at the Annie Appleseed conference, I ended up going to the Beljanski Cancer Conference. What a great, great event and a wonderful way of meeting like-minded people. It was amazing. And I know she's planning her next one, and I'm sure she will tell us about it once she knows a little bit more information. But for now, just know that she might as well be a doctor. Sylvie Beljanski is going to be one of the speakers at the beginning of the conference so that you can learn as much as you can and make decisions for yourself and have enough time to go back and forth and ask even more questions. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am so grateful that Sylvie Beljanski is here to do just that. Welcome back to the classroom, Sylvie.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you for having me, and I'm delighted to be able to join you in November for I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit. This is really a great opportunity to meet with a lot of people who need this information, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my little knowledge.
Well, I would say a lot more than a little knowledge. You have made it your life mission to continue your father's work. Can you share a little bit about your dad and why you have taken this baton and how you've made the products that he started even better?
Even better, I don't know. So we're very good already starting with. Indeed, I grew up in France. My father was a biologist, a PhD in molecular biology, was working at the Pasteur Institute in Paris, France, which is, let's say, the French equivalent of NIH. And he came up with some natural solutions, which at a time back in the 70s, 80s, nobody was speaking of nature. Nobody was, everything natural seemed to wish a little hocus pocus. The future of medicine at the time seemed all about genetic manipulation and coming up with some new molecules that could be patented, make the pharmaceutical companies very rich, and be the solution for everything. And my father was really the forefront of what has become the ecological revolution and understanding the importance of our environment, the importance of protecting the environment, but also how the environment is healing or poisoning us when the environment itself is poisoned, and how those environmental toxins affect our DNA. Actually, he was the first scientist to be able to measure, by measuring the two strands of the DNA, how environmental toxins are modifying, affecting the DNA, and then turning cells into cancerous cells. He was really the first, at the very, very beginning of that movement. And I grew up a little girl, not really understanding all the science, of course, behind that. But I saw growing up a lot of people coming at home, they were sick, and my parents were helping them, and then they were coming back feeling better, and they were coming back with flowers, with chocolates, and I saw firsthand how my parents were able to help a number of people. And then in the 90s, my father had the opportunity to help the former president, François Mitterrand, with his advanced prostate cancer. And he helped François Mitterrand finish his second term despite advanced prostate cancer, which has spread everywhere. And terms were 7 years at the time in France, and the odds were really that the president would not finish his second term. The official doctors of the French White House said he's not going to finish it. We have to prepare the country for early elections. We have to give the morphine and run the White House. That was the idea in France, basically in the 90s, and that's what they were almost doing. But Mitterrand started to take the products, and he got better and better, and he started to ask, but who signs that? There was no autopen at the time in France, but there were people signing and authorizing and this and that. And Mitterrand started to say, but I did not authorize this, I did not fire people. I mean, it was a little revolution at the French White House. And some people really hated my father to make that possible for the president. So when Mitterrand finally passed away, there was a retaliation against my father, and the French army was sent to destroy his laboratory, to destroy him, to destroy, they radiated him, they put him in handcuffs, of course, they forbid him to work, and they made him very sick with some kind of radiation of some weird substance. And I was a lawyer by the time, and I was really, really shocked with what happened, with the way that what happened. It was obviously abuse of power, the way it was done. And I decided over my dead body, I'm going to make sure that what I know, what I have seen helping so many people is not going to disappear. So I came here in the States, kept my French accent, but decided to give my life.
I love your French accent.
Thank you, to carry this legacy. And I created the Beljanski Foundation. And from there, I was able to have some partnerships with a number of academic institutions. And I wanted to confirm that those products were able indeed to do what I had witnessed, but I am not the science. I just, was a witness, and I knew we needed clinical trials, we needed peer-reviewed papers, all those things, and that's what we have been doing at the Beljanski Foundation for the past 20 years now, and it's my honor really to be able to share now those American publications with an audience.
You know, it's interesting when you share your story about your dad. It's amazing to me that you never wanted to be a doctor. You wanted to be, you decided to go within law, and it was that same degree that helped you fight for your father.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to know that that his work, Maison Beljanski, his work, I'm not Maison Beljanski, Mirko Beljanski, his work was destroyed. And because you did stay with him and you did help him out, you got all this information as well, correct?
Oh, yeah, yeah. First, I got my mom to come, and she had been working with my father for years. So I got her sponsored her to get a green card to come here. And then I told her, Mom, I don't know anything. You have to explain to me from scratch.
Yeah.
And then I was able also to retrieve boxes of papers and get said send us here in New York everything you can, samples, everything you can. And it was pretty epic to start all over again. And that's why I wrote a book about it, Winning
Yes.
the War on Cancer. It's all about everything started all over again here in the States. It's the beginning of the Beljanski Foundation. But as I told you, I had witnessed that it was making a difference, and I felt this. I cannot allow the barbarians to destroy this knowledge because it really we have the power to help people with cancer. And of course, I mean, not everybody will get cured. That's not a word I would use, but we are able to make a difference. We are able to give time to people. Now, after that, what they are doing with this time is obviously up to them. I think cancer is when you are properly supported, when you are in good healing conditions, actually you can look at cancer as an opportunity to learn, grow, detoxify, change your life, and actually end up at a better place. But I understand it's not for everybody, but you can think at cancer as an opportunity, and when you do that, I mean, it will definitely change your perspective.
Absolutely. So let's talk, because we've talked about this before, and you know the whole concept of cancer. But let's talk about the one of the questions that I was asked for people that are attending this event is the science that backs the product, Maison Beljanski products, and you also have the research and the Beljanski.org. So people can find this research that you've done there, correct?
Absolutely. Everything that, I mean, the 133 peer-reviewed papers of my father are on the Beljanski tag at beljanski.org. And then also you have by organ and by kind of cancer, all the publications that have resulted from the ongoing partnerships that we have had with Columbia University, with Kansas University Medical Center, with Cancer Treatment Center of America. All those publications that have been about prostate cancer, ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, different stages of cancer, from inflammation to full-blown cancer to advanced cancer, which doesn't respond to hormonal treatment, to now we are working on cancer stem cells. Everything is available on the website of the foundation, beljanski.org.
Yes, yes, Beljanski.org. And for those of you who are subscribers to the website, the both those connections, those websites are there for you to go to. So with that in mind, you worked with your mom because all the information was destroyed that was in the office, his clinic, or that was destroyed. And you not only spoke to your dad, but your mom was very instrumental at helping you create this. What was your motivation? What was the foundation of your father's work when it came to the herbs that he used, the whatever that he used for these supplements?
Yeah, so my father made the observation that there is a difference between healthy DNA and cancer DNA. Healthy DNA, the two strands, the double helix, the two strands of the DNA are nicely interwoven, kept together. It's a famous double helix of Watson and Crick that we all know about. And the two strands of the DNA are well kept together by some hydrogen bonds. But when a cell turns cancerous, every time, and whether you are speaking of plants, animals, humans, you see that the double helix is not well kept together. The hydrogen bonds have broken. And this is a hallmark of the difference between cancer cells and healthy cells. So my father created a test to see how some environmental toxins could turn a healthy DNA into a unhealthy, destabilized, open, not well interwoven DNA. And he identified a number of environmental toxins that induce this change. And he also observed that once destabilized, the DNA tend to duplicate much faster. And that's why cancer cells, create those big tumors when healthy cells don't. So he had now a template for what is for molecules that induce cancer. And he reversed the test to look for molecules that would do the opposite, molecules that would recognize those open, unwoven DNA and selectively recognize them and prevent their duplication without harming healthy cells. And he found not one, but two plant extracts that are able to exactly do that. And when you can look on the microscope, but also on the UV light, and you can see how those plant extracts, which happen to be naturally fluorescent. So you see how the light is really invading cancerous cells without touching healthy cells. So the light is really killing,
There you go.
destroying like a laser the cancerous cells. And it is not touching, it's not penetrating the healthy cells. So now you have plant extracts which are able to recognize cancer cells wherever they are located. And you are stop speaking of pancreatic, ovarian, brain, prostate, breast cancer. It doesn't matter. You are just speaking of cancerous cells. And it doesn't matter whether you are a child, a man, a woman. It doesn't matter anymore. It's really a precision, natural and precision medicine, targeted medicine going to cancerous cells. And because it doesn't touch healthy cells, there is no toxicity, no side effect. If you do not have destabilized cells, you will eliminate naturally the product in a matter of hours. Just the natural way to eliminate. And there is you can take those products for a very long time without any side effect, really.
No, and I love that. I love the targeted. And it wasn't until I spoke with you that you said cancer is cancer. So your product works on all different kinds of cancers. And but here's my question. When I hear someone that has to have a biopsy, they say, well, we need to know what kind of cancer we are fighting so that we can tell you what kind of chemotherapy to give you. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me if it's cancer and you're saying that there are products, there are plants that work towards eliminating the bad cells and without killing the good cells. How does that work?
Well, the approach of pharmaceutical companies is completely different. My father's approach is to be as broad as possible, and nature gave us those tools. However, for pharmaceutical companies, they are very often looking at some mutation, and they want to be the specialist of this mutation because it's going to be market share. And they get exclusivity of the FDA for years with their patent to really address cancers with that kind of mutation. And if you don't have that mutation, then you are not going to benefit from this kind of chemotherapy or this kind of drug. And that's why, I mean, the number of people are doing one chemotherapy, another chemotherapy, and the cancer continued to grow. And the doctor says, well, you have failed chemotherapy. No, you have not failed chemotherapy. They did not give you the proper drug to help you. The chemotherapy failed you, not the other way around. And there are ways there are some tests to find out if your tumor is going to respond positively to some drug. We have been working with a laboratory called RGCC, and they have adopted in their panel some of our products, and we you can the doctor will tell you if you are a good patient, a good match for the products. And they have to do that. And we are always good matches. I mean, and we have that has been very good for us to be able to join the RGCC testing panel, because it has a lot of doctors have reached out to us with what is this product? It looks like my patient is very sensitive to your product. But they have to develop this kind of test because there are a number of drugs out there, a number of chemotherapies out there, and each tumor is not going to respond, to be sensitive to those very specialized drugs or chemotherapies, which are not for every kind of cancer.
Because I really do want to talk about the product, and I know that we're going to have a different conversation. You're going to give a different talk at the event, but I just wanted people to get to know you because this is the second time that you've come into the classroom. And I want people to get to know you and be curious about the products. I had shared in the past, and I don't know if you remember this, that I had a recurrence of Epstein-Barr. And I came to you and you told me what to take. And I started taking that, and within 3 weeks, the numbers went down drastically.
Yeah.
And so, what I love about your products is that I didn't feel any side effects. I didn't feel anything other than in the numbers, things were going down. So, before we start talking about the product, I want to share a little bit about why you guys should come to the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit for Cancer and Autoimmune Dys-Ease on November 1st. And I'm going to offer for those of you 2 free tickets to come to the event. And those free tickets, it could either be for one person to get two, and if that one person wants one ticket, there will be another person. So I'll be giving away 2 tickets anytime I do a class. And if money is an object for you, it's like if that's an obstacle for you that you are not coming because of that, hey, get your name in the winner's basket by texting 407-373-5959. We will get you two regular admission tickets so that you can experience the entire day. Don't Ask for tickets if you're just coming for an hour because that's not going to do it. Someone wants to come for the entire day, and that's from we open our doors at 8 in the morning. Our first speaker is at 9. Sylvie is going to be around 10 o'clock in the morning, so that way you have the whole day to talk to her just like I went up to her and said, Sylvie, this is what I have. Which one do you recommend? And she told me which one. We're going to be talking about the different products that she has as well. And let me tell you, it does make a difference to the point where I promote them in my website as well. So I want you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com. When you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, the pop-up will come up for the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit on November 1st. And just click on it, and then you'll be able to get your tickets there. There'll also be a description underneath if you're looking at YouTube or BitChute, or there'll be a link that it will take you straight there. But at this event, I am just so honored that Sylvie is going to be here and at the event. And I will tell you that her story just pierced my heart because when I met her, my father had passed away. He had ascended shortly before I met her. And so wonderful that here we are a year later, still with the same bond for her to come and commitment to share with you, all of you, how wonderful these products are. So please get your tickets now because if you get your tickets before October 1st, you get $25 off your price of admission. With that being said, go to whenyouneedafriend.com. Please subscribe to the website, like and follow me on all social media. Make sure that you check out my sponsors, check out my Shop Now bag, and you will find Sylvie's products there, the Beljanski products. And also, if you want to become an enrolled student in the classroom, you can donate to the cause, whether it's $1 or $1,000 a month, a one-time donation of your time, your talent, your treasure. Sharing this video with your friends, letting people know that there's another way for you, a gentler way, a way that you can help reverse whatever is going on in your body naturally, or maybe even supplement whatever you're choosing to do with the Beljanski, Maison Beljanski products, which is what I do. I love these products. As a matter of fact, I I disclosed to Sylvie that I'm taking my husband's stuff too, and it's Prostabel. But that's because I ran out. I need to get some more products. So I want to encourage you to do everything you can to make it to the conference. Let's climb the summit. And remember, text me at 407-373-5959 to claim your tickets. And today we have Sylvie Beljanski. There are two websites that you can learn. If you want to learn about the science backing the products, the purpose and the mission for Maison Beljanski, not Maison, MaisonBeljanski.com is the products where you get the products, but Beljanski.org. This is where you will discover her father's work. Go there, and you will be able to get it if you're a subscriber, you already have the blog. Just click on the name; it'll take you there. There's so many different ways that you can learn and grow. And she could be anywhere, but she chose to be here today. So thank you, Sylvie, for coming to the classroom and sharing your wisdom with all of us.
Thank you, Lily. You were mentioning the viruses, Epstein-Barr, and people do not always realize how similar the similarity of a virus and actually of a cancerous cell. They look very, very, very similar. And my father had the opportunity to test his Pao Pereira extract on different kinds of viruses, on the flu virus, but also on herpes, Epstein-Barr, papillomavirus, and it worked very, very well. He was not able to do some clinical trial and so on, but we had a lot of testimonials that were very encouraging. And then in the 80s, of course, came AIDS. The virus, it was, a pandemic already, and at
Yeah.
the beginning there was no drug for that. And my father got a lot of success helping a number of people who were suffering from AIDS and fighting the virus with Pao Pereira. And this is very, very important, even if, AIDS is no longer the pandemic that it
Yeah.
used to be back at the time. Viruses are still with us. You mentioned Epstein-Barr, but herpes is, I mean, there is a significant portion of the population who is affected with that.
Hmm.
And those viruses can induce cancer.
Yes.
It is now, and cancer and other diseases. Not long ago, I saw a study linking now the herpes and Alzheimer.
Wow. Herpes and Alzheimer's. Wow.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, we know for a long time the papillomavirus and the cervical cancer. So it is very important to fight those viruses. And conventional medicine has not been very good at it. They do not offer anything actually for herpes, for example.
Yeah.
It's going to come back, and you are going to have those flare-ups every time you are stressed, tired. It's just your immune system, which is not going to do the job. The job of your immune system is to fight the viruses. So we have those plant extracts which are able to recognize those viruses, prevent the duplication of viruses, just like it's preventing the duplication of cancer. It's like doing both at the same time. You get two for the price of one. And it is a way to fight the enemy from within, from the outside, to push it back. And
Hmm.
then what you want to do also at the same time is to support your immune system from within. And that's something I will hope I will be able to speak about.
Yes.
I am the solution in November is ways to nourish your bone marrow, because white blood cells, platelets are made at the level of the bone marrow, and you need to provide that to your bone marrow, so it creates those cells which are at the core of our immune system. And then your immune system is going to be able to fight the invaders,
Hmm.
whoever they are. It starts with taking care of our immune system. When we have a healthy gut, those nourishment are absorbed at the level of the gut, and the proper food is absorbed through the blood and brought by the blood to the bone marrow, and that's where the bone marrow is doing this kind of engine, creating
Hmm.
factory for white blood cells and platelets. But our guts are very often not in the best shape, and then not absorbing the proper nutrients, and the bone marrow doesn't get what it needs. So my father came up with those little natural, bacterially sourced RNA fragments, which are exactly what the bone marrow needs, the food that the bone marrow needs to create white blood cells and platelets. And we have been able to test that even at the level of clinical trial at Cancer Treatment Centers of America with
Amazing.
great success. Great success. No, again, no side effects, no complication, never created too many. It just support good nature to do what it is supposed to do in the proper quantity. And why, when you have, for example, chemotherapy destroying white blood cells and platelets, and you are bleeding and things like that, why not taking this natural stuff that is going to help you?
Yes. How does it work with chemotherapy? If somebody's taking chemotherapy, so I just want to rule this out. If somebody's taking chemotherapy and they want to take your products, Maison Beljanski products, Palpera, and or whatever it is that you would suggest that they do, does it work to help mitigate, to reduce the side effects?
Absolutely. They have been created to take together with conventional medicine. There are some studies showing that you have even a synergy of action between chemotherapy and these Paupera extracts. And this is documented. We have even some studies explaining and measuring the degree of synergy. There is no competition. It's just a plus. Over the years, we have seen people saying, I don't want to take any poison, I just want to take those products. And that's fine. And then you have people who are saying, I don't want this beast growing in me. I don't want to take a chance. Give me everything, chemotherapy, natural products, prayer, everything. I want everything. And that's fine too. It's the most important is to find ways that resonate with you, you are comfortable with. The synergy of action is documented, but it is not a must.
Okay, very good. I'm glad that we discussed that. So for people that are doing chemotherapy, this product is for you too, although this is a very natural product. So let's talk about your products and if you can share a little story behind each one, like what would you use it for? And any story that anecdotal story that you can share of someone that you know that took the product.
Yes, so as I told you about the RNA fragment, the real bit to support the bone marrow. So that's actually, I take that every time I travel because I don't have chemotherapy, but this is really what we gave to people at Cancer Treatment Centers of America doing their chemotherapy. You put a little bit of powder under the tongue, you let it melt under the tongue, and it's really in a few seconds it will go to your bone marrow, help your bone marrow do its job, basically
Can
support.
you show the product, the actual jar of there we go. Show the real build. So it's called real
Real,
build.
real,
Okay.
yes, yes, and a little white powder that you put under the tongue, and you let it swallow. You do not drink anything for 10 minutes, and you just let that go directly. You avoid the saliva, go directly to the blood and to the bone marrow. And you can even, we have seen kids taking that and really doing well. There is no problem.
So does this help your immune system? How
It supports it's really the nourishment for your bone marrow.
and does it come in a powder or does it come each dose in an individual?
So it's in each bottle, there are 10 little cones, 10 little tubes like that, and you need one or two a week.
One or two a week. Okay.
So
Okay.
that's really a month and a half of products.
Very
One.
good. Very good. Okay. Have you said you take this product yourself, but
I do, yes. Every time I'm tired, I have to travel. I know I am going somewhere and I have to be my best. I have to speak in public. I take something. I don't want to get a chance to get sick. And it has been doing very, very well for me. I don't have cancer, knock on wood. But as a healthy people concerned with my immune system and a lot of things, juggling with a lot of things, I know that I can be tired. My immune system can go sometimes slower. And if I am low immune system and tired, that's where I will catch something.
okay.
And I take that really real build preventively. And then I told you the Paupera extracts.
That's what I took, the Pau VFM. Yeah.
Yes, Pao PFM. FM is after François Mitterrand, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And this product has been studied for its cancer properties, broad spectrum. It is one of the two plant extracts which are naturally fluorescent, as I said, able to go target, recognize selectively cancerous cells, but it has also a very strong and broad antiviral activity. So that's again to fight a lot of viruses, and again no side effects, and you can take that for a very 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 long time. So I'm opening for you here. This is regular capsules. They are
Yes.
not very
Bring
big.
bring it up a little bit higher. There
They
you go. There you go.
are very easy to swallow. They are vegetarian capsules. Okay.
And it's the dose is different for every person. One size
So,
does not fit all.
yeah.
So
So,
what is the formula?
generally, for somebody with cancer, it is 1 capsule per 20 pounds of body weight and per day. And that's a rule of thumb.
Hmm.
And you can take, if you also take the other plant extracts, Revolfia vomitoria, you can take a little bit less of this one. But they are not exactly the same. The Revolfia doesn't have the antiviral properties. It's more about hormonal balance. It's about fertility, menopause problems at
Not
flashes.
not this one. This one is for viruses. The other one that you're talking about.
Yes,
Or
the Revolfia vomitoria is more about hormonal balance and anti-cancer properties. And then we have a specific ginkgo extract made exclusively of golden leaves. And this is about the regulation of the enzymes, especially of the liver. So it helps with healing after surgery, for example, because it will support your liver to create collagen. And also the recent studies that we have conducted at Kansas University Medical Center is showing that this very specific golden leaf ginkgo extract helps with inhibiting angiogenin. Angiogenin is that specific enzyme that helps the blood vessels to spread and are associated with the growth of the tumor because those blood vessels are used by tumors to attract nutrients to feed the cancer cells that need a lot of energy to grow those big tumors and also to spread to other organs. So by inhibiting this enzyme, we are helping to starve cancer cells and prevent them to disseminate to other organs.
and that would be the ginger gold leaf that
Golden,
golden leaves. So
ginkgo.
what the ginkgo golden leaves. So what other conditions do can you take it for other conditions or it's specifically designed for that?
So it has been recommended for years. Before we had this recent study on angiogenin, my father showed that this golden ginkgo extracts was helping with skin fibrosis. Skin fibrosis is a loss of elasticity that of the skin that may result from radiotherapy very often, and the skin becomes like thin. The all the fat of the skin
Yeah.
has burned, and the skin is becomes hard and painful. And this product also inhibits the enzymes that induce this fibrosis. So it has been used for that for years and years and years by people with great success who are really protected from the side effects from the burns of radiotherapy. And recently we added the added benefit of inhibiting angiogenin.
Very, very good, very good. Anything else that you have in your little bag of goodies there?
We have a tea, a special tea. All green teas are not the same, and my father also selected a number of green teas that are more efficient, let's say, than other teas at destroying cancerous cells. We have the studies to show it, and we have it has been studied on breast, colon, ovarian cancer cells. And it has been in vitro, but you really see the difference how the much greater inhibition of cancerous cells with this tea. So if you are drinking some tea every day, why not drinking a tea that has anti-cancer properties?
Yes, yes, very good, very good. And I do want to talk about Prostabel. So this is one, and then you have one, but the other one for women. Even
Yes.
though a woman can take this, even though I don't have a prostate, I took it away from my husband.
Yes, so Paupera and Revolfia vomitoria are the
Which
two.
are let me just explain those two things that she just said are the herbs, the plants that they use, the extracts for that. So go ahead, keep going.
Yes, so Paupera and Revolfia vomitoria are the two plant extracts with anti-cancer properties. And we have tested the combination of Paupera and Revolfia vomitoria. Combination is called Prostabel on different stages of cancer. And this work was done with Columbia University. And from inflammation, we're able to help with what is called benign prostate hyperplasia, which is gross prostate, and men need to go to the bathroom five times a night. It's very, very common, but that's because the prostate is swollen and inflamed. So we are helping naturally to reduce the inflammation. We are also, those plant extracts have also both of them, and that's also published, documented anti-cancer properties, and then even for advanced cancer. And now we are doing research on prostate cancer stem cells, and that's an ongoing research program of the Beljanski Foundation. We have also Paupera and Revolfia vomitoria plus the tea in another product called Womabel. And again, because Paupera and Revolfia vomitoria have anti-cancer properties, the Revolfia being very attracted to hormonal balance, hormonal tissues, is a very good choice for breast cancer. And it's really very effective on those breast cancer cells, even when there is an hormonal component. And we have tested also the green tea on breast cancer cells. So we put together the Paupera, the Revolfia, and the green tea into Womabel. We have tested that at Kansas University Medical Center last year on breast cancer stem cells. This is really important because it's important to know that 1 out of 6 women who has breast cancer, unfortunately, will relapse. So being able to take something from day one who will fight cancer stem cells is really, really important. And it was a study, large study done on mice, and there was no metastasis. Zero metastasis. So we are very, very, very proud of that. We are hoping to redo that on another animal species, and of course replicate that now with prostate.
You know, it always fascinates me when I listen to you speak about how much you've been able to do. Not only did you take the baton from your father, you've run the race. You're running the race, and it's a steady race. So as you look back at the Sylvie Beljanski that started this, that called your mom to come over to your home and start working to recreate what your father had started or had done, and all the different people that he had helped get better. What do you say now? If you were to look back at the person who started versus the woman you are today and the products that you have been able to create, recreate, what is that feeling like to you?
It's a feeling of achievement. I'm going to be 70 next year.
You never know.
Thank you. I feel that, I have ful fulfilled the mission of my life, and that's a very good, very, very good feeling. We believe that we've been able to help a number of people, significant number of people over the years, make a difference in so many lives. It's and providing this scientific basis that brings respectability to what we are doing. That was really, really important to me. To this, not only to know that this research existed, was working, but that also it commands respects from other researchers, and because it deserves it.
You know, I am blown away that you've been able to get all these universities to work with you to um, test the product. That to me is says a lot about you. That it's not good enough for you to just say, "Oh, it worked for my dad," and it worked for, the president of France, and it worked for, no, you really want the science backing this up. How have you been able to influence so many universities to test your product?
Oh, I was very lucky the first time. I had a doctor, an American doctor, who came to a symposium, listened to his French colleagues, and he was blown away by hearing at his French colleagues. So he started with a poor fellow who had advanced pancreatic cancer. He said, "This poor guy is not going to as much to lose." And much to his surprise, the poor fellow started to get better and better. So he gave was a extract to other of his patients, and it turned out that one of them was a patient of Dr. Aaron Katz at Columbia University, and Dr. Katz called me and said, you seem to have something interesting. Let's
So,
speak."
so they had pancreatic cancer,
Yes.
and which product did they give them?
The Pao Pereira extracts and the Revolve. Basically the Prostabel. Uh,
Prostabel. So Prostabel.
Prostabel was because Dr. Aaron Katz at Columbia University said to me, I cannot choose, I cannot test two products. I am going to test one product. So which one do you want? And I was like, both are going to work. Both are effective. Can we mix them and called it Prostabel? And you test that for prostate because he was a urologist. And he said, okay, let's do that. And that's how we started with Prostabel. But again, that's not specific to prostate. It's just Dr.
No.
Katz was a specialist of prostate.
But it does help people. I wanted to ask you about, because you do, most men would say, okay, well, I'm going to use this for my prostate, but it really helps with all different kinds of, and I'm sure that at the event you'll have a list that will, like, if you have this symptom, this is probably your better option, or something else is going to be the better option. And hopefully
So
you'll have that.
if you go to my book,
Mhm.
again, Winning the War on Cancer, the Epic Journey Towards a Natural Cure, at the end of the book, you have an appendix, which are the recommendation from Dr. Markovich. Dr.
Okay,
Markovich was a good friend of my father, and he listed cancer by cancer what was his recommendations.
that's
So,
great.
uh, so that's his notes as we got them from his widow.
Very good, very good. And the science is here. There's so much that you can learn. Where can they get this book? Can they get it on Amazon?
Yeah, it's available on Amazon and of course on the both websites of Maison Beljanski, which is Maison Beljanski in one word.com, and also beljanski.org. I want to say that I have given my author rights to the foundation. So every time you buy a book, you are supporting the research.
Very good, very good. Is there anything that you would like to share about your product that maybe we didn't talk about just yet? Because I know that there's a lot of products out in the market. And I've tested your products. I remember coming to you like, she probably doesn't have anything to do with the Epstein-Barr, and you knew all about it. You handed me the product. You said, this is what you need to take. And so, what would you like to share with somebody who's sitting there on the fence going, why haven't I heard about this? Why am I hearing about this now? Why doesn't everybody have this product in their home?
Oh, because it is, I mean, it's one thing to do the research, it's another thing to get known. And and I'm doing my best. I mean, going from conference to conference and speaking publicly as much as I can to share this research. But I mean, what I can do is so little compared to some big companies who have a giant marketing budget and are crowding the space.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very, very small, but be curious.
Yeah.
And continue to stay on the lookout for something that really meet your needs. It may be very well out there, and when you find something, look for, do your homework. Look for something with no side effect. Look for something that has been well researched, and you will find that very often it's something natural because nature is perfect.
Absolutely. Nature is perfect. So with that in mind, you said that you have one tablet per 20 pounds for a rule of thumb.
For the Pao Pereira, yes.
Yes.
Yes, 4 to 6 capsules of Rolfia. Generally, that's good enough for four if you are small, six if you are bigger. And but there is again no side effects if you take
If you
more.
go more, if you go
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Okay, so how long will someone be on this particular supplements if they decide that this is something that they want to do?
So I mean, it depends of why you are coming to the product. If you have cancer, you have to continue for as long as you are being treated for cancer,
Okay.
and then
You can
someone.
do a maintenance. Can you do a maintenance dose?
And then no, but after the end of the official treatment, you have to continue because for several months, because that's where you are at risk for cancer relapse. And
Okay.
we want to help you fight cancer relapse. And those plant extracts have been studied to be able to fight cancer stem cells. So,
Well,
so
that's
that's really, really important. If
very,
you, after that, you can take, like twice a year, maybe 1 or 2 bottles of Paupera and 1 or 2 bottles of Revolfia, or you do a cure of one in the fall, one cure of one in the spring, and that's enough. You don't need to be on those products forever. I have met people who come back to me after 20 years and now tell me, "Hey, do you recognize me? I'm still here." And I'm like, "Sorry, I don't remember really when we met. Hey, I gave you a testimonial 20 years ago. I had, breast cancer at the time, and look, I'm here now. I'm a grandmother, and thank you for everything. And the cancer never came back." And that's exactly what we want. We want to provide this kind of support to people that help them live their life and just make, again, I go back to what I said at the beginning, make cancer an episode of their life where they have learned something and not something that is a death sentence.
I love it. And I'm so excited that you're going to be joining us on November 1st. I want all of you to remember, text me at 407-373-5959 if you want to be a part of the event, get your free tickets. This is for 2 tickets, and so you need to text me, and I'll put you in the winner's basket. In a week from today, I will pick out, hopefully, your name. Thank you so much, Sylvie. I'm so excited. Thank you for being
Thank you.
today and sharing your wisdom, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Very good. Thank you.
And please remember, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lily McDermott and Sylvie Beljanski wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever! That was great. That's the best ever, even with French accent or not.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.